Philadelphia Eagles beat the Buccaneers 31-25, and I'll start this off. I get it. People want to say Jalen Hurts doesn't do this, Jalen Hurts doesn't do that, but let's make sure that you mention that Jalen Hurts doesn't turn the ball over. There were 3 other undefeated teams going into this weekend. The Colts, the Niners, Chargers. Justin Herbert, 2 picks. Brock Purdy, 2 picks. Daniel Jones, 2 picks. Baker Mayfield, 1 pick. What are you understanding that we're not? When you turn the ball over, it puts you at a chance to lose football games. And you can say Jalen Hurts doesn't do this, Jalen Hurts doesn't do that. 241 straight passing attempts without an interception, which is the longest active streak in the NFL. Jalen Hurts is on an amazing list of 3 quarterbacks over the last 30 seasons to win 18 straight games that they started and finished. Tom Brady, he's pretty good. Aaron Rodgers, he's pretty good. Third name, Jalen Hurts. So as much as you want to say Jalen Hurts isn't this, Jalen Hurts isn't that, he isn't a guy that turns the ball over, and he isn't a guy that loses football games. Jalen Hurts is a pivotal part of this offense. And like I said, you can say whatever you want about the passing yards, the rushing yards, but make sure you always bring up those no interceptions, because we talked about it in the Ravens game. Lamar Jackson turnovers, Chargers turnovers, Colts turnovers. Losses come when you turn the ball over. If you keep the ball safe, you keep the ball out of your other team's hands, and it gives you the best chance to win. But Jalen Hurts, yes, he's not throwing for 300 yards a game. But there's a lot of people in my mention saying, well, Dak Prescott's leading the league in passing. The only team he beat is the Giants. So would you rather have leading the league in passing in 1 win or being 4-0? Yes, I get it. Stats also play a huge part in everything. I get it. We do these debates. I'm on a podcast. Stats over politics. So, yeah, it just goes to show how much we value statistics. But wins count too. And that's all I'm going to say about Jalen Hurts. I am going to come on here and say we have an all-pro corner, Cass. Maybe not 1. We might have 2. Quinyon Mitchell, 9 targets, 2 catches allowed, 6 yards, 5 pass breakups, 0 touchdowns. Pat Surtain, the reigning defensive player of the year, went on a podcast and said he is a top 5 corner. You have to give credit where credit is due. We even saw Cooper DeJean out there in our base formation playing cornerback too. And I can't come on here, Kaz, because week after week after week, my wife and I have said, Adoree Jackson, you suck. We hate you. Keely Ringo, 3 targets, 1 reception allowed, 1 pass breakup, 8 yards allowed. This defense is the best in the league, without a doubt. We've given up 3 second-half touchdowns. 3. And, Kaz, you want to know what all 3 of those have in common? They're all 60-plus yard touchdowns. So what does that mean? Broken coverages. If we don't give up the bomb to Bucky and the bomb to Ibuka, do they score again besides the field goals? When the going got tough, all I kept hearing was, Kevin, every game they Bucks have won, Baker has led a fourth-quarter comeback. What'd Jahad Campbell say about that? Pack your bags and head on home, Baker. But I just want to come out here and say it, and there's a reason why I didn't say anything about A.J. Brown, because I think Cass deliberately did an amazing job on his video. So if you do not follow Just Casually, follow him, because he's a realistic Eagles fan. There's a lot of people that will come on here and put their Eagles bias on, and that's all they see. We're 4-0, we're this, we're that. Forget AJ, forget this, forget that. It's not how the world works. When you're a top-tier athlete and you're playing at the top of your tier, you want to be effective in the game. We see Puka Nacua again plays drawn up for him. We see Emeka Ibuka again plays drawn up for him. So we're seeing a lot of these other wide receivers getting the same kind of love. Kevin Patullo, I know there's probably not a chance in hell you see this, but if you do, my brother, please, 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 fix this. We have to fix this. We had a prediction of 56 points in the comments. We ain't going to do that with fucking curl routes and slants. It's all on you, Kaz. Eagles beat the Buccaneers 31-25.
Yeah, I'll be kind of brief on this one because I feel like you kind of hit the nail on the head with everything when it comes to the actual game. I just pretty much told people at the bar when I was watching, I was like, are you nervous? Are you nervous? I'm like, no. I go, this is going to be a good game. I go, I'm in a group chat with a bunch of Eagles fans that I've met from going to games or whatever. And they were in there freaking out, blah, blah, blah. And I said in there, I go, guys, this is in Tampa against Baker Mayfield, who is a proven good quarterback. Okay. I know they don't have Mike Evans. Todd Bowles has Jalen Hurts' number. Okay. If you think that we're going to come in here and this game's just going to be a blowout, you are heavily mistaken. I don't care how good we look right now. They're going to score some touchdowns. Baker is going to find the end zone. How he does it, I don't know. But what I'm saying is I know that he's going to find the end zone. Looking at it from just a betting perspective, which I know is kind of ridiculous because, like, well, that's just betting. But, like, odds are odds. Like, he was projected to have, like, 220 yards that game. It was like 220 or 220 or 229 or something like that was his line. It was something like, and, like, he hit that, obviously. And then I think he was due for, like, at least two passing touchdowns. So I'm like, at some point, we still have that. Yeah, he's going to score. And then, and maybe Bucky scores, maybe the running backs get it going. But I'm like, he's going to score, and it's okay. It's not a big deal. We're going to make a mistake. Nobody plays 4 quarters of phenomenal football. Even the Broncos last night playing against the Bengals, they had times where they had hiccups, and they beat the shit out of them. It's football. It happens. But what I'll say is, first off, thank God for getting over that hump and finally beating the Buccaneers. We needed that. God damn, we needed that. But yeah, just the whole AJ Brown situation. Like you said, I made a video on it, and I felt like this is something I've been saying for a long time as a former athlete, as someone who still trains to this day in a very competitive way. I don't think people really understand, and this is no jab, kind of a jab, but no jab at people who are not athletic and no jab at people who have never played a game at a high level. But if you think that these athletes do all this work to be as great as they are to not be utilized, and they're just supposed to be happy to be there and get wins, you're fucking crazy. That's insane. Like, I'm not saying I would sacrifice AJ Brown, and I think this is where Eagles fans get it confused. I'm not saying I would sacrifice wins for AJ Brown to have 9 catches for 140 yards. No, I'm not saying that. We're literally not using him. Like, we paid him $100 million and some change. And if we use him, more often than not, we're going to win games much more comfortably than what we have been. There's no way that a fan can look at AJ Brown and the Eagles and go, not using him is why we're winning. No. We're winning because we have a good roster and we have other players that can get the job done. That's why we're winning. I don't want to win that way. Some fans are happy to win that way. We have to start acting like the team that we are. We are defending Super Bowl champions. Or like Lane Johnson said or whatever, he's like, we're not defending champions. That was last year. This is a new season, which I like. I like that perspective. But either way, we are the last team to win a championship. We've been to 3 Super Bowls in 8 years. We've won 2 of them. We've been to 2 in the last 3 years. We have to start acting like a team that can beat the shit out of bad teams. Are the Buccaneers a bad team? No. But did we take advantage of them early? Absolutely. If that was Detroit, I guarantee Detroit closed that game with 56 points. If Detroit goes out there and they go up 20 points immediately or whatever it was, 17 points off the rip, that game ain't ended the way that our game ended. It ain't. And even if Baker and them score, 3 or 4 touchdowns, we're going to match that every other series. So, like, at some point, we have to look at the issue. And the issue is, yes, it's true. We're not getting our superstars the ball. People can blame Jalen Hurts all day. They critique him. They overanalyze him. That's fine. I'm not here to argue how good I think Jalen Hurts is. I'll be the first to tell you, I don't think that Jalen Hurts is the best quarterback in the NFL. I think he's very, very good at what he does, and that is, like you said, protecting the ball and making the right decisions. And I actually tweeted, and apparently I must have either had a typo or something, but I tried to find it, and I deleted it apparently, because usually when I have a typo, I'll delete a tweet. But I said, low-key, Jalen Hurts is playing at a premier level. I remember tweeting that. And what I meant was, when I'm watching the game, and I'm not a stat guy. I am a stat guy to an extent because you have to be, but I'm an eye test guy. I'm like, I have been out there and played football. Have I played at the level of these guys? Fuck no. But I understand what it's like to have a helmet on and strapped up and to run through a play, right? And I'm watching Jalen Hurts play, and I'm like, he just tends to make the correct decision every time. Do you know how fucking rare that is? That's not something that should be taken lightly. It's not like he's just throwing away, punt, throwing away, punt. It's like, nope, nothing's there, going through his reads. He gets you 3 or 4 yards on his feet, or he'll check it down. And then he gets 3 or 4 yards on his feet. Then he'll check it down, or he'll hit somebody over the middle, or he'll hit a tight end, or, whatever it may be. Well, he's working with breadcrumbs here because the play calling is that bad. It's already been debunked. People all over the fucking internet has been on Next Gen Stats showing, the route tree that our receivers are running. Like, it is 85% the play calling that's the issue with that offense. Okay? The other 15%, it's honestly, I think defenses are playing us really well. They're stacking the box. They're not giving fucking Saquon anything. But at the same time, the way that we run the offense is run heavy first. So if they're stacking the box, not giving Saquon anything, Jalen Hurts isn't Lamar Jackson. He doesn't have that speed where it's like he can scramble and reverse and dodge, duck, dip, dive, whatever the hell it is from the Dodgeball movie. No, I love Hurts, but he's not that kind of guy. He's a guy that if he has a lane, he's gonna take that bitch, and if you tackle him, he's a harder guy to bring down. Okay, and if you get him open field, he does what he does in the open field. So if they're stacking the box or they're sending the rush, and they're also shading the AJ Brown side, and the play calling is mediocre, it's like, what the fuck do you expect him to do? What do you expect him to do? And this is me not trying to defend. I'm trying my best to not defend Jalen Hurts because I get how it looks from people who are not Eagles fans. It looks like every time that there's a mistake, we try to make it look like Jalen Hurts is an issue. No, he's not perfect. He's made mistakes, and he's going to continue to make mistakes. But I'll be damned if I sit here and say that more often than not, that dude's decision-making is probably the best in the league. His decision with the ball in his hand is more often than not the correct decision. You don't believe me? Go watch more Eagles football. And you want to tell me that what he does is not the correct move, given with what he has, given his physical attributes, given whether he has getting pressure, and given the routes that the receivers are running. Now, if Jalen Hurts goes on this tirade where he throws 5 picks in the next 6 weeks, okay, we can come back to this conversation and talk about it. But for right now, like you said, the dude he doesn't turn the ball over. He hasn't for a long time. If you think of Jalen Hurts, you think of that ball being protected. That's it. That is a very relevant stat that I feel like a lot of people don't talk about because idiots think that a good quarterback is someone who puts up a bunch of fucking yards and loses fucking games. You understand that if you're used to playing from behind, that you're going to throw the ball a lot. You understand that if the Eagles go down by 14 in the game, okay, you know what's going to happen? It happened in the Rams game. What happened? We were getting in what? Just like that immediately. Okay, fuck it. Start airing that bitch out immediately. Dude had like 30 yards in the first half or something like that, 18 yards or some shit. I can't remember. It wasn't shit. Turned out he outplayed Stafford in all assets.
He's been the better quarterback QBR every game.
I don't understand since the history of the league, since the Super Bowl era, since all the Super Bowls, since I've been a child, one of the most common things that make a team great is their ability to run the ball. So now that we do it, it's a fucking problem. But when Tom Brady and Peyton Manning and all those guys are doing it, it wasn't a problem. Now wait, hold on. But they're putting up 4,000-yard season, this and that. I've already got the statistics right here, and I'm not going to go over it because it's a lot. I have Tom Brady. I have Peyton Manning. I have Patrick Mahomes. I have Jalen Hurts. Okay? I have their stats. You know the seasons that these guys are winning Super Bowls are not nowhere near close to their best seasons statistically. So why can't idiots fathom? Sorry, I didn't say it the right way. Idiots. Why can't they fathom that maybe passing the ball a lot is not actually a good thing? It comes to show how bad your team is. But stats, but passing yards, but passing touchdowns, but losses. What? I swear to God, bro, if Jalen Hurts starts passing his ball a lot, he goes off for 4,500, he won't, but 4,500 yards, and it leads to us having a fucking meltdown in the playoffs or something like that, I'm gonna be fucking heated. Because now we're doing what other teams do that lose, but we can go, well, look at our quarterback, though. That's called being a polished turd of an organization. Great teams have a dominant run game or a competent run game, and they know when and not to pass the ball. The sooner you idiots, my bad, I did it wrong again, idiots, get it through your head that's how you win football games, because the best of the best of the best, sir, have been doing that every Super Bowl. You guys will probably start to fucking win. And yes, I can speak like this because in recent years, my team has been that dominant. We have been to 3 Super Bowls in less than a decade. Looking to go to another one here soon, possibly. We've had guys who have been MVP front runners. It's just that simple. And you may not like it. Sit back, relax, watch your quarterback put up 4,200 yards, 4,500 yards this season, throw for 30 touchdowns or whatever it is, and lose. And you'll continue to do so and continue to do so. So I'm sorry for that rant there for a second.
But I love it.
But goddamn, bro, you guys are acting like Jalen Hurts is out here and he cannot throw. He's proved. How many more years you want to prove it? What's it going to take? Well, I need him to have at least 4,000 yards. And you understand that when he runs the ball, that takes away from his effectiveness, his ability to pass the ball, because he's good at fucking running the ball. Lamar Jackson, and he's losing. No, shout out to Lamar Jackson for winning 2 MVPs. That's awesome. It's amazing. Shout out to Lamar Jackson last year for running for fucking 1 million yards and also throwing for 4. I think he had his best passing performance of his career last year. You know, and again, I think he should have won the MVP over Josh Allen, but that's neither here nor there. It's like, that's cool, man. But at the end of the day, it's like, is it even necessary? People are putting too much of a fucking focus on passing yards. You're doing all this. Are you beating teams 45-0 every week in those passing yards, or is it close games? Let's talk about that. You're not putting away games. And you're winning games against bad teams, and you guys are forgetting that doesn't do shit or doesn't matter when it comes to the playoffs. So, yes, I'm sorry. That needed to be said. Jalen Hurts may not be the best quarterback in NFL. He may not be the most accurate, even though he is very fucking accurate. Stats show that. He's extremely accurate, especially when it comes to throwing the deep ball. So he's already debunked all that shit. But he's not throwing enough for you guys. So if he throws 35, 40 times a game like your fucking bitch-ass quarterbacks do, you don't think his fucking passing yards is going to be 250, 300 yards in a game? If you don't think so, you're fucking high. And you're just simply ignoring the fact that, yes, being a good team is finding a system that works. And if it ain't broke, you don't fix it. Your guys' teams have not found a system that works, which is why you lose. That is just a fact.
And while
so keep passing the ball. Keep passing the ball.
And while we're talking about systems, I mentioned that stat of him being over 3 quarterbacks, Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady, to win 18 games in a row, 45 touchdowns cast to 5 turnovers. The Eagles, in their 20 of their 21 last games, 42 takeaways, 9 giveaways. You got to take care of the ball. Everyone wants to mention our 2 other guys on this podcast. Well, Brock Purdy was top 10 in passing yards. Brock Purdy has 16 interceptions in his last 17 games. Cass said it. If you're going to throw the ball, you're going to throw a lot of picks. And another interesting stat. One more thing before we get off all this Eagles topic. Cass, I just want you to take a wild guess. 32 quarterbacks. There's only 1 quarterback this season with 5 touchdowns without throwing an interception. You think you know who that guy is?
Probably Jalen
Hurts. Only 32 jobs, ladies and gentlemen, and the rest of them are throwing the ball away. There's 1 quarterback to have 5 touchdowns and no picks. He's a Philadelphia Eagle. Kaz, I don't know how you feel about this, but I'm going to go on a tangent real quick. Keep It Real is commenting for us. What do you guys feel about the tush push? Everybody does a tush push. It comes down to talent and skill. Just because you have 11 guys and a quarterback, just because you have 11 guys does not mean you can push that guy over the line to make it work. It takes skill. It is a skill position. That's why they didn't vote to take it away, because everybody can do it. We see the Packers do it. We see the Bills do it. We see teams do it all over the place. But because they don't have a quarterback that squats 600 pounds and the best offensive line in football, it doesn't work. It is a skill thing. That's like saying, let's take away the three-pointer because Steph Curry just keeps hitting on his goddamn threes.
That's a great way to put it. That's a great
everyone can do it. Just because you're not good at it doesn't mean that teams should be penalized for it. So that's how I feel about the tush push cast. How do you feel about the tush push?
And you hit the nail on the head, brother. Here's the thing. It's like you're banning it for what? Like what is being done that's illegal? Well, they're lining up off sides. Okay, well then fuck. Shit, refs, start throwing a flag. Who gives a shit? We're gonna still do it. Like we're going to do it. Whether we're offsides, whether you're offside. First off, half the time during the tush push, the defense is offsides.
Oh my gosh.
There's plenty of videos out there showing.
Same Chiefs picture. I'm like, bro, is no one else seeing the whole Chiefs line over the top? So there's a flag on both sides.
Yeah. I mean, it comes like you said, it comes down to it. You got 11 guys, do it. You're mad at us for being bigger and stronger. Talk to your fucking GM.
Talk to your coach. Do something.
Go. You know what? Go recruit a quarterback, like you said, that's strong as a fucking ox. Go. You can do that. Those guys are in college. They might play for a goddamn JUCO, but they're out there. There's some quarterbacks out there that's strong as hell.
We saw with the Steelers. I don't know if you woke up that early, but when the Steelers did it, the tight end came in motion and got under center, and Aaron Rodgers sitting back there like this.
Yep. Yeah. And what did he do? I watched that game. I was up for that. Yeah, man. Like, do it. You're in your own way. You know what I mean? Like, you're complaining because we're good at it. That's pitiful. That's pitiful. That'd be like me having I don't know. I'm out at the club, you know what I'm saying, trying to get on a little fine shit, right? And I'm mad because dude over at the bar look better than me, dress better than me, smell better than me. Oh, what am I mad for? I didn't take my ass home, shower, and get up in the gym and get my shit right. I'm mad because I can't be that. The hell? That's some haters. That's some sucker shit, bro. People that bitch about the tush push, bro, they got some problems, dog. They got problems, man. I said it in a previous podcast with you guys. I'm gonna say it again. So this is what it feels like to be the Patriots of all them years. I used to hate the Patriots. I have respect for Tom Brady now. I have respect for the Patriots organization. What they did is amazing, and it is what it is. We watched them dominate our whole lives, right? But I remember I used to hate them. But then guess what? Guess what I did? I became a man and I grew up. And I stopped hating. Why? Because just because I can't do that doesn't mean that I'm not that I have the right to try to discredit someone else for being better than me at something. That's the problem with you children, man. You guys are kids. You're children. They're tush push. Do it. They're not saying that only the Eagles can do it. You guys can do it too. Teams have tried it. They failed.
And the teams that voted for it are the teams that do it.
Yeah, and then what's funny is I'm gonna say the same thing I say to my kids that I train in real life. Because for those of you guys who are listening in and don't know, I'm a personal trainer for a living. A 45-pound plate at the shittiest gym in the world is the same weight as a 45-pound plate at the best gym in the world. What you do with that plate, that's up to you. Get your ass in the weight room and get right. Get in the fucking weight room. I mean, to me, it's simple. Or how about this? Just be better at football and you don't have to be in a position to do the tush push. There you go. Just go score the ball. So we do the tush push to score. You guys, I don't know.
Pass the ball.
Pass the ball. You guys talk about pass all the time. Go pass the ball and score. Crying about dumb shit, man. Again, this is what it was like all the years to be Patriots fans. To be a Patriots fan. Now I feel it. I'm like, damn, they're really finding any which way to hate on us. There's nothing we can do. There's nothing that we can do that can make these people happy and respect us. There's nothing. Our ring. You know what's funny? We beat the shit out of the Chiefs. Do you know how many people I've talked to that's given the Eagles credit? Zero. No credit. Just excuses. Oh, well, they didn't have. Yeah, they were hurt. I'm like, so we just couldn't go in there and just smack the fuck out of them on some revenge shit. No credit at all.
PI.
There's always something.
They told us to stop crying.
There's always something. Izzy says, Cap, I told you when they won, y'all beat their ass. But you might have said that, but there might have been a but afterwards.
A little bit of hatred in your heart.
Yeah, a little bit of hatred, you know what I'm saying? A little bit of hatred in your heart. But you know what I mean? Like, bro, it's a good feeling, man. It's a good problem to have. It's like, yep, everybody keep talking about the Eagles. We're cheating. We're this. Hurts is that. Because we got Saquon, AJ Brown. Well, first off, let's just talk about this before we move on real quick. So we got this super team, right? We're like last in everything when it comes to offense right now, besides winning. That's we're first place. Yes, we have one of the worst offenses right now. Okay. Our run game is not that great right now. Saquon Barkley is playing like a top 20 running back in the league right now. Like, now we know what's going to happen. We know that's not telling all truths. But it's like, what y'all mad about then? Well, your defense. Hey, I'm just saying, bro. I'm just saying. You got a quarterback that can throw for 4,500 in the season. Just come up in there and put it to us, dog. Put it to us. We lost half our defense. We lost Slay. We got a Dory Jackson get cooked 3 weeks straight. Absolutely cooked. Destroyed. We got Reed Blankenship. We got two white DBs. What's the excuse? I mean, Jordan Davis. Remember, Jordan Davis was just a guy. He was a bust. We got Jalen Carter. He's a piece of shit. We got rid of Josh Sweat. Brandon Graham retired. Jacoby Dean is out. What y'all want, man? Damn, what do y'all want from us? What do y'all want? Just tell it. I want to know. What do y'all want from us, man? I'm utterly confused. What do y'all want? Our quarterback's shitty. He can't throw the ball. That's what I was told. He's terrible. One of the worst. He's a running back. So we have a running back playing quarterback. Lane Johnson's got a fucking stinger in his neck. He ain't even playing these games. What do y'all want, man?
Tyler Steen went out. We have two on the right side of the ball.
What do y'all want, man? God, when somebody can tell me what they want for real, I'll accept it. But I don't know what y'all want, man. I think y'all just want us to lose. And if y'all that ain't gonna happen. That's what y'all want us is to lose. It says y'all defense and special teams has been on point so far. Hell yeah. Just like other teams' defense has been great. Special teams has been great.
Everyone else is blocking keeper when the Eagles do it. It's offside.
But go ahead, brother. Move on.
All right.